Well, it's been reported that the bicycle sales around the world are starting to taper off. And this is because obviously COVID is going back to normal and people aren't cooped up in their homes and they're not using having a bicycle as an excuse to go outside, get some fresh air and get away from those four walls. Because people now can go to the pub, they can go out to their movies, and they can do all the stuff they did before. So their bicycle either is a bit of a relic and is in the shed, or they're not thinking about buying a new bike or getting a bike to go out and exercise because the motivation was quite different when we had COVID. Now, this is having some effect on sales in the market and where could this lead? So let's roll that intro and let's have a bit of a discussion about what this could mean for us cyclists that are still cyclists and where is the market shifting. That bicycle bubble boom has burst. So now we're going to gradually go back to normal. And I think that this is a really good thing for us cyclists who are been cycling for a long time and intend to cycle still for a long time, because now we're going to be able to get parts again. Parts are going to become more available on the market, and it's going to start to get to that point where things start to become a little bit more competitive again, if that they can make the stuff as they did pre-COVID, and we'll start to get those older group sets or group sets that have been out for a year or two, and they'll start to decrease in price, and that'll be a good thing for us, because if we're not after as soon as the product's dropped and we want to wait a year or two, then we can get those products for a discounted price. So that is actually a good thing, and hopefully that's what happens in the next year or two as we're moving forward. The other thing I'm hoping is we start to get back to those discounted bikes. So when we've had a bike that's like getting into next season, it's coming to the new models coming out, we start to see those for 30% discounts on like a complete bike like we used to, because the prices we're getting on the bikes now I think are a bit ridiculous, and the prices we're paying for the top end bikes as well, I don't believe that what we're getting for our money is really the quality a lot of people are expecting. And I'll say this because we have people like Pete Talk and Hambini and that, and we've seen even the industry's recognised, press fit bottom brackets have been a problem. And that's not because press fit is a problem, it's because they cannot make the frames good enough and consistent enough so that that press fit is consistent all the time. They're too small or they're too big or they're out of alignment or they're twisted like this. They can't maintain the consistency in the manufacturing, so they've gone back to threaded bottom brackets because they have a sleeve and everything like that. And because the piece self-centers in the center, it kind of hides the creaking, even though the bike frame may not be perfect. So that's why they've gone back. So they're kind of admitting they can't make these press fit bottom brackets. And I hope that the prices come down, because for me, in my view, maybe I'm a bit old school, but when I'm paying $15,000 for a bike, I believe that I'm buying an artisan frame, something that is been made to very high tolerances, and the manufacturing is going to be better than, say, a bike that's half the price or a quarter of the price, because that's just a cheap run-of-the-mill bike. When I'm paying big money, I expect that there's been more care and more precision in the manufacture of the bike, and that's what I feel that I should be paying for. I'm not necessarily buying a bike because it's like a car, like a Ferrari, it's got a more powerful engine. You're paying for a bike that has been finished and made, and the components are a higher level, and everything fits together better and everything works better. So that's my view of why I like to pay more for a bike. But of course, that doesn't seem to follow in the industry currently. So where are the sales going now? And the information coming back from bike shops is that people are tending to move towards e-bikes. E-bikes are becoming more popular. Instead of buying a bike to do exercise, people are moving more to buying e-bikes, and this seems to be where the pedal bikes are starting to drop and e-bikes are starting to rise, and that seems to be the shift in the purchasing and the money that's being spent on bikes. So that has been happening for some time, and obviously it shows that the mentality of people in the Western world, we're kind of we take the big L, and I don't mean loser, and I don't mean love, I mean lazy. So people they still want to go out and they want to cycle and they want to enjoy the cycling, but they don't want to have to sweat and put effort in. They want it to be easy. So that's where e-bikes are coming in. And also they can use them for commuting and things like that. So in conclusion, I would say that this boom bubble bursting is a good thing in general for cycling because there's a number of competitors coming on the market, especially the scooters. And if you're not particularly wanting to get the exercise component of cycling, there's a number of other items you can buy that are a lot cheaper that can transport you around on the same distance as a bike and on paths and so forth, and that's a scooter. So we have another competitor on the market now, and they're actually very popular where I live, and they're really competing with bicycles. But I think that bicycles need to become better quality and they need to be a bit more price focused. And hopefully this change in the market and the slowing of the bicycle market helps the bike industries wake up and not think they can just put out anything and any product and people are going to queue up for it. And it puts pressure on the pricing, and it also puts pressure on the consistency of making the bikes. And the other thing that may actually help that is a lot of these direct from manufacturer Chinese bikes are getting very, very good, and they're getting to pretty much the same quality as the high-end brands at a much, much more competitive price. So hopefully that will put pressure, should I say, in the market as well. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say smash, smash, smash that like button and subscribe down below. Don't be a ninja watcher. And I will see you next vid. Cheers.